Watch Factor, have I got something special for you. We're going to take a look at a number of watches that come from the house of Breguet, a brand that's been around longer than Rolex and can compete against the likes of what I believe is AP or even Vacheron. Although it's not a part of the Holy Trinity, you can't deny that the history of Abraham Louis Breguet is the foundation, or at least one of the pillars that create what we know today as this watch industry. So join me, sit back and relax and enjoy the video. You know, I think if you're a watch collector, one of the things that you've got to challenge yourself with doing is getting away from just staring at watches online or looking at videos of watches on social media, Instagram, and actually taking time to go to brands' boutiques to see not only the watches, but learn about the history, learn about aspects of the brand that, watch collectors, enthusiasts, gray market dealers just don't sometimes focus in on as a part of collecting views, subscribers, and hits on, YouTube's and other channels. Although valuable and important, there's something special about when you get a chance to go and check out a local boutique. Here I had the opportunity to go and see Breguet, a brand that's been around again for well over 100 plus years and has been one of the major significant brands in terms of watch horology and where the watch industry has been able to go. We sit on the shoulders of Breguet, in my opinion, even though they're not a part of the Holy Trinity. One of the things that's most impressive about Breguet is the way that they execute the dial. There's a variety of different timepieces within the collection, but here you're looking at what I call the gentleman's collection, and that's just my own way of phrasing it, where the attention to detail is really about the simplicity, the guilloche, the expression of how the numerals are going to be displayed, the size of the case, just elegance at its highest standard. And then I think back as I look at this piece that's on my wrist here, and if I was to ask you to execute in your own mind a GMT, you'd probably think of something that comes from Rolex like the Pepsi or others. But here, Breguet takes a totally different direction. Silicone balance springs, exposed movement, a beautiful guilloche dial that kind of sits off on its own at the 12 o'clock position. Just something that you just don't see in today's conversations that needs to be added. And that's why I love this brand so much. And that's why I'm one of the folks that are an advocate of taking time to kind of pivot and go see what else is out there. Go and dig into the history and the archives to see brands that are still very much relevant, but just not at the tip of the tongue in today's fast-paced, what do you have, what do I have conversation. I was a little sick with this watch. I wanted to tear the plastic off, but I think I would have got kicked out of the building if I did so. But I appreciate the representatives allowing me to actually try this one on. Here's one that I love that kind of comes out of their marine collection, and just a beautiful expression. I love the wave pattern. I love the tone of the different blues that you see. Breguet is a brand that should be talked about more in today's conversations. But again, not a lot of heavy advertising, marketing, trying to have a grand presence in social media. And so it kind of sits off in a corner, but not as an outcast, just as someone that I would probably say has the confidence of knowing where they stand, regardless of what's moving in today's hype phase or fad that we deal with. Here's another example of them just showcasing what they can do in precious metals, and again, well known for not only their level of guilloche, which I think is one of the top, if not the top, but also as it relates to complications and what they can do. Definitely always introducing a tourbillon when needed. just to show you what they're capable of going after. Had an opportunity to put this watch on. Just a beautiful, clean watch, aesthetically just well balanced. And here, the representative was going to give us an idea of a watch that at the time was sort of a piece unique. I'll get a little quiet and just let him kind of talk about it.
Case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just.
So this is our infamous double tourbillon, right? So obviously we've evolved from here. We made one 2 years ago, which has entirely open works, right? And it also has the entire scene from Quai L'Orage, where we initially started our manufacturing in Switzerland, right? So that is it's entirely different look. So so you can see.
So this is the hour hand then.
Right.
What is the name of this model?
Double tourbillon.
Double tourbillon.
So the whole thing rotates basically every hour on the hour.
All right, I gotta ask, how many pieces?
At the moment, this is the only one worldwide.
Oh no, how many pieces are in the actual like?
Moving parts?
Yeah, like how many pieces does it take to make?
That's a really good question. I think it's something.
Upwards of 500, right?
Yeah. I think it's more like 1,100, 1,200 pieces. I mean, look at the case
Oh my
size.
God.
Look at the back.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
So you guys, this is just a piece unique then, right?
Very much so.
And then if you make it again, would you make it like a different case, or are you just not gonna make this
Same way.
thing?
But I mean, keep in mind that we don't produce many of these, right? So I would say in existence right now, this is probably the only one worldwide. And if we do make another one, we'll probably reproduce the Quai L'Orage, which is the newer version. So this retails for $425. The other one retails for $625. But it's entirely different look, very unique, very different.
I'm taking the watchmaking class this year. I'll deal with it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Hour gonna be.
That's phenomenal.
It's a thick boy too.
Yeah.
How long do you think it takes someone to make that?
Well, the concept of it, I think, was, I want to say about 6 years.
Just truly impressive. Well, Watch Factor, this was a short and sweet video. Do want to appreciate you for coming and taking some time to take a look at this video. If you haven't already, always appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Growing the channel just helps me continue to pull out videos like this and share interesting content with you. Until next time, you take care, and I'll see you in the next one.